So, Hayley, I understand that you're a mother of 2. What is your household like at home? Chaotic. Okay, so what does chaos look like at your house? Because I know what it looks like at my house, but what about your house? What time do you get up, and what's life like?
So when Wes wakes up, he opens up every drawer and every cabinet in the house, and he never closes anything. So there's clothes and dishes and things hanging all around everything. And so my house feels chaotic to me because I have to constantly walking around picking up after him.
Because my wife doesn't have enough to do, so I'm giving her something to do.
Usually there's not a third party on the phone. Just saying. Okay, so Hayley, so you've got 2 kids. What's that relationship like? Like, do you have a routine with your kids?
Yeah, the routine is I wake up in the morning and Wes has the morning duty, so he gets the kids dressed and off to school, and I go work out. When I come home, I clean up the mess that everybody left. And then I work all day while they're at school, and then I do the afternoon activities with my little one. And then in the evening, it's a free-for-all until dinner. And then I usually, 90% of the time, do the bath and bedtime routine.
This works, and Wes is like freaking out over here. How does this work? It works really well, because then you go like this. So it sounds like you're pretty on top of things. So tell me a little bit. You made me lose my train of thought. Okay, so then I go into a question that's very similar like this. You sound very organized, and I love to hear that. So tell me a little bit about some of your favorite things to do with your family, or some favorite places to go. Do you guys travel a lot?
Yeah, we love to go down to the Pearl Street Mall. It was an outdoor walking mall, especially in the summer. We like to go to parks. I like to take a lot of pictures.
Okay. So basically what you're doing, because Wes is getting very frustrated, so I was looking for 2 things. One, I wanted to know what her routine was like. What's life like at home? Is she a crazy mom? She's very structured. You're looking for structure, specifically with women. If they have chaos at home, I have to start asking specific questions. Okay, if it's truly chaos. When I say chaos, it's like, well, we kind of get up, we kind of do our thing, we play around, and everybody just kind of does their thing, and, we kind of lay around in our pajamas all day. Is that a frontline leader? Maybe. I have to ask more questions. So it's an interview process, and it's a process that comes because you're looking for how they organize their life. Are they an entrepreneur in spirit, right? Like, what are their hobbies? That's another question you're gonna ask. What are your hobbies? And what kinds of things do you like to do for fun, which is what we were kind of getting to before Wes got upset. Absolutely.
One key so Hayley is a great leader, so you're looking for Hayleys. How many of you want Hayley on your team? Okay? Okay. One of the things that she said that was a big clue to me that she's a good frontline leader is she delegated the morning routine to her husband. Oh my gosh! Mom's great idea. So she's bold enough to delegate jobs, and that is a quality of a leader.
One thing I want to add, though, I think that Sharon was getting to is that, or I think was actually asking the question but wasn't answered yet, is we all enroll people in the beginning and we don't know where to place them. And none of us knew to ask these questions in the beginning, right? You did right from the beginning. I didn't know how to. I have 12 people on my front line, and although I said my front line is awesome, I meant my qualifying legs. Half my leaders are not on my front line. They didn't end up being top line. So none of us had a crystal ball, nor do we. We have the same issues you guys do. And even though we know how to ask some of these questions now to find out if somebody is organized or to find out if somebody's life is true chaos, the one that I look for specifically is how overwhelmed people are. Because as soon as I hear that word that they're overwhelmed, I know that they're not frontline material for me, or they're going to overwhelm me with their overwhelmness.
Well, and how they do one thing is how they do everything. So if you know that they are always unhappy and they never can succeed and they never have enough, and that's the story of their entire life, then again, that's a big red flag. Like Sharon said, maybe, but that is something I would watch for.
one thing that I think Hayley brought up that's really important is she's referring to people as a frontline leader, but what she was really saying is very, very important, and this is one of the beauty parts really of the doTERRA compensation plan. They don't need to physically be on your front line. And I know a thing that I try to always squash in developing leaders with us is chasing a frontline enrollment as a leader. And what you end up doing is you go flat like a pancake, which really, really squashes two things. First of all, it's gonna squash your paycheck. Secondly, it's gonna squash your ability to advance. One thing that I loved that Hayley was talking about, and she just kind of glazed over it, but it's a brilliant part of what we use in our group, and that is get somebody to qualify. If you have someone that you think is a really good leader and you've had an older person kind of fluttering out a little bit, that might be a great new place for your personal enrollment, because that's who qualifies you for rank advancement. And even if you have to put that person several levels down within your group, that's going to help to potentially serve as an insurance policy in that leg. And rather than starting a brand new leg because you think they need to be a front-line leader, you just need them to be a personal enrollment, and that's what's going to help you.